Hi everyone. What do you think really happens when a 23-year-old championship leader feels his own team turning against him? In the next few minutes, you'll hear the inside story. Pit lane politics, secret radio messages, and a quiet Australian star who just fired a warning shot at his teammate Lando Norris. Is this the moment McLaren implodes or the birth of a new legend? Stick around. Hit like if you're ready for the truth. Share this with fellow F1 fans and drop your predictions in the comments, because Baku could change everything. A year ago, Oscar Piastri was just the new kid in papaya orange. Fast forward to now, and he's more than just quick. He's consistent, surgical, a driver who thrives under pressure. At Zandvoort, he produced a masterclass. Pole position, every lap led, no mistakes. While Lando Norris's engine failed, Oscar barely broke a sweat. That win wasn't just points, it was proof. Proof that he's not a maybe, he's championship material. Even Mark Webber, usually quiet, almost invisible, stepped forward, citing the one stat that cuts through all hype: kilometers led. By that measure, Piastri isn't just ahead, he's dominating. But in Formula One, dominance isn't always rewarded. Sometimes it's punished. Enter Monza, Italy, the temple of speed, the roar of the tifosi, the kind of circuit where reputations are made or broken. Lando Norris leads on track in the papaya car. McLaren pits Oscar Piastri first to cover off Ferrari. A bold but fair call in any championship fight. Then disaster strikes. Norris's stop goes wrong. A stubborn front left tire costing him precious seconds. When they rejoin, Oscar is ahead. It's totally legitimate. The kind of racing luck that shapes seasons. But seconds later, a voice crackles over the team radio. "Let Lando through." Piastri pauses. His reply is calm but razor-edged. "We said a slow pit stop is part of racing. I don't really get what's changed here, but if you want me to do it, I'll do it." No shouting, no sarcasm, just controlled fury. The clip explodes across social media. Fans hear the subtext. Why is the driver leading the championship being asked to move aside for the one behind? He obeys this time. Norris finishes second, Oscar third. The gap shrinks to 31 points, but trust, once cracked, is hard to repair. Mark Webber knows this script by heart. Back at Red Bull, he was fast, reliable, and constantly treated like a number 2 behind Sebastian Vettel. After winning at Silverstone in 2010, he radioed, "Not bad for a number 2 driver." That wasn't a quip. It was a man exposing the politics inside his own garage. 15 years later, he's no longer the victim. He's the manager, watching the same patterns form around his protege. So when he drops a line like, "You have to be solid on all circuits," it isn't just advice. It's a warning. And when he highlights kilometers led, he's planting a flag. McLaren can't pretend Oscar's success is luck. Webber's message is unmistakable. My driver won't be dudded. If McLaren keeps tilting toward Norris, he won't just tweet, he'll act. And at this level, act means calls to Mercedes, Ferrari, or even Red Bull, teams that would welcome a calm, lethal title leader with open arms. Now, we arrive at the present. Baku. A fast, unforgiving street circuit that has chewed up reputations and created shock winners. Oscar Piastri calls it one of his favorites. And for good reason. Last year, he stunned the paddock with a daring move at Turn 1 to steal victory. He's not coming back here as a hopeful rookie. He's returning as the title leader, walking into a track that feels like home turf. And he's sending a signal to everyone, team, rivals, fans alike. My only focus is achieving more of the same this weekend. I am leading the Drivers' Championship, and I'm very happy with where my driving is. That's not just confidence. That's a warning shot. Translation: I've played the good teammate. Now I'm here to win. 8 Grand Prix remain. 3 sprint races in Austin, Brazil, and Qatar. That's 224 points still on the table. Oscar leads by 31. If he maintains a 26-point lead after Qatar, the title could be sealed before Abu Dhabi. This isn't just another Sunday drive. Baku is a swing race, a statement race. Win here, and the pressure on Lando Norris triples. Lose here, and the championship fight resets. Every pit stop, every radio call now carries the weight of an entire season. For Lando Norris, the path is clear but brutal. He has to start winning. Another P3, another weekend stuck behind Piastri, and the gap becomes a chasm. Every time Oscar finishes ahead, even by 1 place, the title drifts further out of reach. And if Charles Leclerc or Max Verstappen wedges themselves between the two McLarens, nightmare scenario. The gap grows. The pressure mounts. Norris has been working the simulator, training hard, spending hours at the factory. But all the laps in the world mean nothing if Oscar gets track position and refuses to yield. Baku isn't just another round. It's a pressure cooker, where reputations harden or shatter at 200 mph. And both drivers know it. McLaren is now trapped between two fires. On one side is Lando Norris, their veteran, sponsor-friendly British star whose face has been on their posters for 7 seasons. On the other is Oscar Piastri, the driver actually leading the championship. Up to now, the team has tried to straddle both worlds. One weekend, a strategy call favors Lando. The next, a radio message tilts toward Oscar. But Formula One does not tolerate fence-sitting. One wrong call, 1 second too long on a tire change, and a season's worth of work can unravel. It's the kind of high-wire act that ends in disaster. The fans are already split. Half want Oscar to go for the jugular. Stop playing second fiddle. Race like a champion and grab the points he's earned. The other half still see Lando as the heart of McLaren, the driver who deserves his shot after years of loyalty. But F1 doesn't do fairy tales. It does winners. And right now, the winner is wearing number 81. If Oscar Piastri closes this title, he will become the first non-European champion since 1997. A seismic shift in the modern Formula One era. The next great Australian, perhaps even surpassing legends like Daniel Ricciardo, Alan Jones, or Jack Brabham. That's history calling. And history doesn't wait for politics or team orders. It belongs to those bold enough to seize it. Mark Webber knows this. Oscar knows this. And deep down, even McLaren must know it. Because if they don't act fast, the man in papaya today could be racing in red, silver, or dark blue tomorrow. This is the reality at 200 mph. Every strategy call and every pit stop is now a statement of allegiance. Will McLaren risk alienating their star rookie to protect their brand veteran? Or back the driver who's already proving he can deliver? One path leads to harmony and a possible title. The other leads to the kind of split that ends partnerships and reshapes careers. The countdown has already begun. Listen closely to the tone now. Oscar Piastri isn't slamming doors or tweeting cryptic emojis. He's doing something far more dangerous. He's winning quietly. Every lap led, every calm radio reply, every hint of steel behind the politeness. It's the same pattern Mark Webber once lived through at Red Bull when he felt sidelined behind Sebastian Vettel. But this time, the quiet one isn't going to stay quiet forever. There's a limit to how many times you give up a place before you're giving up a title. And no 31-point leader does that lightly. The warning signs are flashing. The question is whether McLaren will recognize them before it's too late. So picture Sunday in Baku. The tight walls of the street circuit, the echo of engines bouncing off stone buildings, the risk of one tiny error ending your race. Oscar leads. Lando Norris is behind, desperate. McLaren's pit wall flickers between two options. Protect the lead driver or protect the brand. Do they let them race? Do they order Oscar aside again? Every microphone, every camera, every tweet is waiting. Because whatever McLaren chooses, the world will see it. And that decision could define not just this championship, but their reputation for years to come. Because Formula One isn't just about speed. It's about trust. It's about who you back when the pressure peaks. And when trust breaks, careers shift overnight. Right now, in a sport moving at 200 mph, Oscar Piastri stands at a crossroads. Stay loyal and risk being dudded. Or fight for himself and maybe force McLaren's hand. Or even force his own exit. At the highest level of racing, respect isn't requested. It isn't negotiated. It's earned or it's taken somewhere else. And as Baku looms, one thing is clear. The quiet one is ready to make noise. And once he does, nothing inside McLaren will ever be the same again. So, what do you think? Has McLaren already chosen the wrong driver? Could Oscar Piastri walk before his true potential shines? Tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the untold story of Oscar Piastri, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because this story is only just beginning. The championship is boiling. Baku might be revenge. And the quiet one? He's done being quiet. Thanks for watching.